there's biting inflation, biting unemployment, in a country about 133 million people living in multidimensional poverty. So if Nigeria's employment rate is 4.1% as it's being celebrated now, why do we have over 133 million people living in multidimensional poverty? Can we also juxtapose the poverty rate in the country we have not beaten now to their unemployment rates? Let's start by doing that.
NBS new methodology put Nigeria unemployment rate at 4.1% in the first quarter of 2023. Welcome to Review One. This is Jay on Elite TV. You know, this sparked a lot of reaction. I know that in Nigeria, the unemployment rate measurement is the number of people actively looking for a job as a percentage of the labor force. Now, the cable reported that in the fourth quarter of 2020, the Bureau had pledged the country unemployment rate at a 3.3%. The statement on Thursday said the latest unemployment report adopted a new methodology and presented an in-depth analysis of the labor market. There have been so much reactions, and before I go further, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do it, hit the subscription button, and let's hit our target of 3,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Thank you. So now here is Rufai of Arise TV giving so much analysis to this. Let's take a watch, and I will be back to give you much more of the reactions from Nigerians as regards to this NBS reports.
Be over 40% as we speak. We did not release unemployment data for about 2 years in a row since last quarter 2020. And all of a sudden we revised the methodology to favor a funny narrative that only 1 hour of work every day means you're employed. I think the Nigerian state should not do this to our policymakers. We shouldn't deceive ourselves. You see, the greatest thing you can ever do to yourself is self-deceit. Because it doesn't move away the problems. The problems are there. And when you deceive yourself, you don't get anywhere. So what you're saying is that if I leave my house, all right, for 1 hour every day, 7 days a week, I'm employed. And policymakers feel we should accept that in this country where there's biting inflation, biting unemployment, in a country about 133 million people living in multidimensional poverty. So if Nigeria's employment rate is 4.1% as it's being celebrated now, why do we have over 133 million people living in multidimensional poverty? Can we also juxtapose the poverty rate in the country we have not beaten now to their unemployment rates? Let's start by doing that. And now we're doing comparative methodology because it suits us all of a sudden. I think for us to tell ourselves the truth, let's go back to the former methodology that showed us where we truly were. Go to the companies, they're laying off people more than ever before. Now you're telling me overnight that Nigeria has a better unemployment rate than Germany? That Germany that creates so many jobs? Than the American economy that we know from job numbers, how many jobs they create monthly? The first data I would challenge the NBS to give us is how many jobs we are creating on a monthly basis in Nigeria. Now that we are almost as par with unemployment. And I saw a certain minister tweet this to celebrate this.
According to this methodology, somebody wrote on Facebook, on Twitter, beg your pardon, X, that a church worker receiving salary is employed. A person working online via Facebook or X, Twitter or TikTok is employed. A bouncer in the club is employed. A gate man is employed. Cameraman working with television station are employed. Paparazzi photographers employed. Freelance journalists are employed. Some people are in informal sectors are making more money than the formal sector. And you can argue that the pay may be less, but then they also they are not paying tax. You can also argue that. Somebody said the informal sector that include kidnappers, armed robbers, bandits make more money than the formal sector, going by your assertion, are all employed. Abi. Now, this is just it is. If you say this one is employed, that one is employed, so therefore people walking around, people walking around are also employed. The Babambula are also employed. That's what it means. Those that are removing our railway tracks and the rest are also employed. That is what he's saying. The Beshara, the Meruas, They are all employed. So our unemployment have reduced. Then what is the poverty rate of the country? If we have so much high employment rate, then why is the country so poor? I leave this conversation for us on the comment section. Let's do it to talk about this. What do you think about this APC propaganda all the time? Please drop your thoughts and hit the subscribe button for those new subscribers or new viewers. Thank you. Until next time.